Alright everybody, it's Wednesday morning, right? It's 4 o'clock in the freaking afternoon. I've been screwing around inside for a few hours. It's the 21st today. So yeah, it's nice out. It's like 58 degrees. So yeah, gonna keep plugging away on this door here today. I left it pretty much the way I left it when I left the last video. I did add some. I did add another layer to it, just because when I went and filled this hole that I made to make it smaller, you know, to make it a little more like these, and when I took the that kit that came with that stone there on the angle grinder, when I was reaming that hole out, I screwed up my lip. I wasn't paying attention and screwed up the bottom lip here, so I added another layer there, and I fixed, I added some, I'm getting it a little nicer than what I probably need to get it, but all I'm using is the DA paper that I bought the first time that I can't use on my DA because I got the hookets. These are the stickets. These are the Velcro, which are cool because you can take them off and reuse them and this and that. And these just kind of stick on once and they're kind of screwed, but I can use these to wrap around you wrap them around your 3M pad like that and use that. I got a flexible, it's kind of flexible 3M pad. But I was using this painter stick. I should just use a block, I suppose, but this painter stick works really good to use up this DA paper with. And what I've been doing is just setting it on there like this and sliding it across here and trying to get this as, so yeah, just going to keep doing that and get it all smoothed out. Okay. Done. So yeah, it's all perfectly level, smooth as glass. And that filler came down right to that little bit of a lip that I left on there. I left a little bit of the lip coming around the bottom of the door, and then I filled up down into it. So yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good, feels pretty good. So I'm gonna go with it. Oh yeah, I forgot to do this part here. I'll do that, then I'm going to flip the door over and start on the other side. Alright, got her flipped over. If you guys remember the last video, this is about where it was. Some of that water that I washed off the other day ran around the bottom and actually rusted the side already. Started rusting it anyway. That bare metal. But I got her all out to clean metal about, I don't know, about an inch all the way around the rusted areas. So that's where I'm going to go from up there and then fill all this with the fiber strand, Duraglass, whatever you want to call it. Actually, what I've been using, I just threw all the tools that was on top of the door over here so that I could put them away. But I don't have a board for mixing up the body filler yet. So if you guys want a little tip here, DVD players work really good. So if you got a DVD player in your surround system, just unplug it and use that. Alright, I got her down now. Here's the trick. Here's my little trick anyway. I like to take the stick and round this sucker out and try to get it in as perfect of a circle as you can, and try to get it as close to about a 1/4 inch thickness all the way across as you can. So if you put it at a 1/4 inch thickness in a perfect circle, that should determine how big your circle is going to be. So I'm at about a 1/4 inch there, and I am accounting in for some on the stick too. So leave it on the stick, okay, wherever the hell you want to put it. Actually, you can just put it right here, okay. Make sure you massage your hardener so that it mixes up before you open it, so you don't squirt a bunch of water out, or whatever's in there. I suppose it's probably not water, but okay. And then at a 1/4 inch thickness in a perfect circle, you should be able to put a nice thick bead of hardener across it, and be generous with your beads. See how it's got some waves in it, and I went a bit longer on both sides, and that should do it. No matter, and that's kind of a universal, you know what I mean? You can use that however you want. If you're finding that it's a little too much, do a smaller, shorter line, just from there to there with no extra. Or if you find it's not quite enough, maybe put 2 small lines, but I'm finding that it's plenty enough for me. Or if it's not enough, you could also go a little bit thinner than a 1/4 inch too. So if you kind of see, it's a little lower than a 1/4 inch on the edges, but it's a little higher than a 1/4 inch in the middle. So it's about a 1/4 inch all the way across. Okay, and then I'm not as good with using the spreaders to mix it up on the tray like everyone else is. I like to use the stick, but obviously everything in automotive is pretty much personal preference. So I just find that I can mix it up way faster. See, I can do this with one hand too. It's pretty much done. I mean, that's a lot faster than using the stick, I think. But also, you want to make sure that you take your spreader and see how it's green there on my stick. You want to scrape all that off and mix that in there too. So I'm going to get going here. I don't have a lot of time. I'm going to get this door spread out and then I'll show it to you. Alright, what's the use of a freaking how-to video if I'm not going to show you everything, right? I'm going to try to attempt doing this with one hand. I need a freaking tripod, so that's freaking sweet. There we go, good to go. Alright. Sometimes I forget to concentrate on keeping the camera up, so I apologize, but really gotta smash it in there, in those crevices and stuff. I'm finding that if I keep working it a little bit too, right before I grab some more, it seems to make it last a little bit longer anyway. I'm going to hit this further over. I need to start from way up at that other, that primer line too. Oh, I don't like that. It's not really getting in there as like I want it. There we go. Just gotta lighten up on it a little bit. I was pushing a little too hard. I was trying to get it to go in there really good. Yeah, she's thickening up. See, that's plenty of hardener, so you guys know. Go like that. I'm gonna put some on the floor here, I can tell. Okay, I'm gonna put a little arch my spreader and just kind of spread. That worked out pretty nice. So yeah, I could see how artists could make a nice little transition into body work. So, alright, there it is. I'm going to fancy this up a little bit without the camera, and then I'm going to hit this. Alright, so here's a little snippet of the day, or a little tip. I actually learned this a long time ago, believe it or not. When I'm done with this stuff, here, I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'll run this around. Before it gets to this point even, I'll run this stuff around before it dries. Like right when you notice it's starting to get crumbly on your panel and stuff, freaking scoop all that stuff up, and usually, you know, it'll be a big glob on your stick, and then just leave it. And when all that stuff dries, it'll freaking bust off in one big piece, and you'll have a nice clean spreader again. So I'm always looking for ways to reuse spreaders. So hopefully you just seen that. I don't know, I just set her down there on the... Cool. There she is, first coat. Not my best work, but it's on there. I got some sanding ahead of me, but thank God I got a DA. That's for sure. Alright. I'm gonna let this dry, and maybe I'll catch some footage of sanding it. To kind of speed up the drying process on my coats, I've been using this Drill Master. I did a review video on it. Seems to work pretty good. I mean, it says don't apply this stuff in under 70-degree weather, and it's, you know, 55 degrees out, so I like to hit the body panel with this right quick before I apply, and gets the body temperature on there up over, well over 70 degrees. I just go like this a few times, and then I put it on, and then I like to hit it like this a few times while it's drying, just to kind of speed up the drying process. Alright, hitting her with the DA and some... God, this frickin' hose is pissing me off. The DA and 80 grit. Alright, I'm getting her down there. I noticed that using the DA wasn't really getting it straight, you know. I should be using a straight block sander for this, to get it nice anyway. I used the DA with 80 grit to get her knocked down pretty close, and I got a nice flat, you know, 18-inch freaking body tool at my dad's house in Wisconsin. So I just can't fathom going to buy another one. So I figured I'd implement some more siding tools into my auto body, since that's where all my money's wrapped up into. And found a level and wrapped some DA paper on it. And so there we go. So I'm getting her flat. And it's working. I just going about her like this. And switching to the other side, coming back this way, and that's how I'm getting that nice flat curve in there like I want. And then I'm checking it all the way across, making sure it doesn't teeter-totter anywhere. And yeah. Comment, rate, subscribe. How to use siding tools for auto body. Alright guys, here she is. I almost got her in one coat. We got, I mean, it's perfect from here. I mean, there's a little bit of a low spot right there. These are a little high. Right in here was a little high. I kind of knocked it down already. But right around in here, It's all kind of high spots. Just lightly high though. I mean, not even. And then this right here, we got a high spot running through here. And then a couple high spots here. And this is where they did that body. They had that Bondo and stuff, I think. So almost made her, dude. Almost. So what I'm gonna do is, rather than crack open another tub of Microlite, I'm just gonna put another layer of. I'm just gonna mix up a small little batch of fiber strand and fix those couple of things. So I'm gonna put a light. I'm gonna knock these highs down with a hammer and a punch, or just a hammer. Just tap those down. I'm gonna tippity tap those down. I'm gonna tap these down, and then I'm just gonna fill another light coat of Duraglass on there, and then this side's done. I don't know. I got mixed feelings about putting the undercoating on the bottom of the truck because I think people might think that I took that stuff and covered up a bunch of rust, you know, which people do. And I'm thinking it might be better if they could just see the painted panel all the way down. So I might just paint some chip guard on there and paint it like normal. So yeah, I'll let you see it when it's almost done. When it's after this layer's next coat is sanded out and the freaking door is done and ready for whatever the heck I'm going to put on the outside of it. So, alright, thank you. And yeah, like I said, the stuff dried up and broke right off. You can flex it and then brush that stuff right off usually. So yeah, there you go. Alright, so I just got done getting it all straightened out. It is freaking 99 out of 100. I mean, there's still a couple deep scratches in it, and I just blew it out really good. You're going to want to make sure you blow out your filler, especially between applications, especially when you have little pinholes. You're going to make sure you blow all the dust. Make sure you blow all the dust out of those little pinholes that you get. Okay? And then what you got to do, if I'm not putting another layer on, which I'm not, I'm done, is take your glazing putty and just take your finger and smash the glazing putty and smear that in there. Little things like that. See, I got a little bit of roughness on the edge here. Got a little batch of pinholes right there. If you don't cover those up, it will make your paint bubble. So I am told. And I believe it because I am told by the people that know what the hell they're doing. So, on another note, this DA sander works freaking good.